Okay, awesome. I am live in both places. I'm sorry I'm late. So, this is Radiance Thompson. That is my name. I'm a Reiki master and spiritual coach. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about the energy of authenticity, what embodying the energy of authenticity actually means, and how you'll be doing that in the Underground Railroad Reiki Practitioner program when you do sign up for the 6-month program to become a certified Reiki practitioner. So, let's get started. I'm just going to pull up my notes and we're going to jump right into it. So, what is the energy of authenticity? What is your authentic self? I've seen a lot of posts about just being your authentic you and, being able to shine your light and how you're able to speak your truth and how that's going to be the difference maker in your ability to be a coach and, have people, the right people, especially gravitate towards your programs. Or when it comes to being the type of person that's comfortable in their skin enough to say and feel whatever they want to feel and having that energy be your magnet for the types of relationships that you want to have, the types of interactions that you want to have, the types of activities or experience that you want to have. So what is the energy of authenticity, and how can you get to that place where you're actually comfortable being your authentic self? Well, when it comes to the energy of authenticity and when it comes to being your authentic self, you actually have to embody something called your original energy signature. So, your original energy signature is what you were born with. It's the energy signature that you literally had at the point of conception. Okay, it's what tells you, the types of relationships that are going to feel good for you, the types of activities that are going to feel good for you, the types of interactions that are really great for your soul, your spirit, and how to gravitate toward the right foods, for example, how to pick the right climate and the right place to live. Like all of those things create something called will feed into and help you resonate with your original energy signature. So which is why there's certain people that like to go to beaches, which is why there's certain people that like certain types of music. It's like that's what resonates with their original energy signature. That's what makes them authentically them. You get disconnected from your original energy signature. You get disconnected from your authentic you when different forces come into play. Now, these different forces can be in the form of spiritual forces, where you have ancestral trauma that comes in, and that ancestral trauma, which usually is negative. It's not always negative, but I'm talking about in terms of negative, where it's not resonating with your original energy signature, causes you to feel like you are not connected with yourself. You're not speaking your truth, for example, or you're you're doing things and projecting your anger on others, or you're allowing the opinions of others to be projected on you, and allowing that to you're allowing that opinion to now be the truth for you, right? So those are things that disconnect you from your original energy signature. Okay, and when that happens over time, what happens is you start to have something called gaps. Okay, so once again, let's go back so that way you understand what I'm about to say. Your authentic self, the person that you were born with, has something called an original energy signature. Now, your original energy signature, you start to feel disconnected from when you have different types of forces, like spiritual forces that are negative, and it could be different forces as well, environmental forces, okay, missing forces. Maybe you didn't get the type of love and nurturing that you needed as a child, so it was missing a force. Those things cause you to not be connected and resonate with your original energy signature. Okay, this is what your authentic self is. Okay, now when you start to feel disconnected from that original energy signature, you start to have something called you start to feel like something's missing. Maybe there's some missing pieces. Maybe there's something that I need to acquire to feel better. Anytime you have something missing, your original energy signature is yearning for you to get something to fill in the gap, to fill in that missing piece, to fill in the hole. Okay, This is what's going to cause you to have shiny object syndrome. Okay, this is what's going to cause you to acquire new things, acquire new programs, acquire new shoes that you only wear once, right? Acquire that new jacket that you only wear once, or it gets stuck in the back of your closet, right? You bought it, you wanted it, but did you use it? Did you really need it? No. But when you have a gap in your original energy signature, you're no longer in tune with your authentic self. And you need something to fill in the gap. So that's what caused you to get that thing that you really didn't need. Or that's what caused you to be in that relationship that you really didn't need and it really didn't vibe with you. But there was a gap, there was a missing piece. And your original energy signature is yearning for that piece to be filled. So that way you can feel authentically you. Okay, because your authentic self is fulfilled, your authentic self is whole, your authentic self is in flow, and it's trying to backtrack, it's trying to find its way back to itself, it's trying to find its way home, but it doesn't know how to get there. Okay, so these are things that we're going to be talking about in my program, the Underground Road Reiki Practitioner program. We're going to be talking about how to find you again. And I know that a lot of us have already been doing a lot of the inner work, whether that be the YouTube guided meditations, or maybe you've already taken some sort of program to have more awareness of your ego, or maybe you've done hypnosis or RTT or different forms of healing. However, everything comes back to energy, right? Anytime that you accept a projection or opinion from someone else as truth, it's because you're not vibrating with your original energy signature, you're not being authentically you, and that's what's causing you to take on truths or take on judgments and rejections and opinions of others that not aren't really you. But you're like, hold on, it maybe fills in the gap of what I'm feeling is missing. So let me take on that truth and let me make myself feel like that's my problem, that's my thing, and that's what I have to fix, right? So again, we're going to be talking about this in the ooh, we're going to be talking about this in the Underground Road Reiki Practitioner program. In the first 3 months, we talk solely about you. What's your unique way of healing you? What is the inner work that you're required of doing? And one of the ways that we'll be doing that is with the gene keys. It's a really great modality, if you haven't heard of it already, that really helps you pinpoint your specific shadow, what you need to be doing to overcome certain emotional faculties and use them as your gifts and ultimately in your purpose as a healer in the Underground Railroad Reiki Practitioner program. So go ahead and send me a DM if you're interested or if you'd like to have more information about what that is. Okay. So with the Underground Railroad Reiki Practitioner program, and I'm going to give you some more information about your authentic self and your original energy signature. When it comes to you not being in tune with your energy signature, it may make you feel like also that you, for example, have the nudge to go outside of your comfort zone, which happens a lot in anyone's business or, if your career endeavors or in your life, you're like, hold on, I have this like push telling me to do something and it's slightly making me feel uncomfortable, but I'm going to do it, right? I want to do it, or at least I want to challenge myself to be outside of my comfort zone. But then what happens is when you're out of tune with your original energy signature, which is your authentic self, you start to maybe react in ways that aren't positive to positive energy. Have you ever had that happen to you where there's something actually really great happening around you? Maybe someone's being positive and it's actually them, they're being themselves, right? They're being who they are, and it's giving you that slight like cringe, oh, that person is positive and it doesn't vibrate with me. It doesn't feel good, even though I know that they're trying their best just to be themselves and make me feel good. It feels icky to see them happy, or the fact that they're actually trying to make me happy, like that eye roll that you do when someone's being ultra positive, or that eye roll or that smug little grin that you do, or like that cringe where you're like, they're that like positive, or it's being too gooey or emotional for me. I can't deal with it, right? This may happen because you're once again your original energy signature, the authentic part of you that can gravitate toward love in its purest form. There's a disconnect. Perhaps you're someone that was never really given the type of love that you really needed as a baby, because as a baby, we are conditioned to have unconditional love. And when you're not given that, especially as a child, it causes you to have something called a missing force, a missing subtle energy that is affecting your original energy signature. It's a missing force affecting your ability to connect to your original energy signature. So you're again not in your authentic self, and it's causing you to reject love in its purest form, right? So why it's so important that you reconnect with your original energy signature, because it's going to help you gravitate toward love in its purest form. It's going to help you gravitate toward the activities that fill your cup. It's going to help you know how to take the steps toward doing the things that are uncomfortable, but will help you toward fulfilling whatever mission that you're meant to do here on earth. Okay, so once again, these are things that we're going to be talking about in the Underground Railroad Reiki Practitioner program. I'm going to be showing you how to take the steps toward recalibrating back to you. Okay, how to fill in the gaps with your unique essence, not something else necessarily, only if it vibrates once again with what you're supposed to do or what you're meant to have in your life. Okay, so if you're interested, once again, please send me a DM for info about the Underground Railroad Reiki Practitioner program. Okay, so I'm going to give you a scenario. Let's say, for example, you're taking a walk on the beach and it's a slightly windy day. Okay, I'm going to give you an example of how forces can affect your original energy signature and make you feel disconnected from your authentic self. So, we're going on a walk, we're going on a beach, and it's a nice day. Maybe you're with your partner, maybe you're with your friends, or maybe you're with your girlfriends, or maybe you're with your boyfriends, or maybe you're with your kids, whatever it is. And you're having an awesome day. And then next thing you know, there's the wind that comes in and it's like a nice breeze. But then all of a sudden you feel angry and you're like, hold on, I was fine just a few minutes ago. Why am I angry? What's causing me to feel this way? And you can't really pinpoint what's causing you to feel angry, what's causing you to feel disconnected from the happiness and exuberance that you were feeling before. Okay. And now you're in a funk and you don't even know why. This is something called, what happened is that wind is a force. Okay. Force in physics is defined as mass times acceleration. So mass is the wind, for example, and then what came to you is a subtle form of energy. And that subtle form of energy was anger. Now, where did that anger come from? Let's say there was someone angry on the beach that was like up from where the wind, up from the direction of the wind. So let's say you're here and the person that was angry is here and the wind is coming that way. Okay. And that person was angry. And that person was just spouting off to whoever they were spouting off to, but they were angry. Well, anger is an emotion, and emotions are energy in motion. So that wind, which was a force, carried that subtle energy of anger towards you. Now, your original energy signature is susceptible to all energies penetrating it. Now, recall Newton's fundamental law. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It is simply transferred from one form to the next, from one system to the next. Excuse me. Okay. So it came from that guy that was angry on the beach, and then it transferred to you in the next system. Now, let's say you're someone that does not have really great coping skills, okay, when it comes to anger. Perhaps you weren't given the right coping skills, or maybe your original energy signature does not know how to harmonize with anger. And when you know how to harmonize with anger, this doesn't mean that you're an angry person. More so than you know how to handle your emotions when you are angry. Okay, so let's say that happens. Next thing you know, your energy signature is disrupted by this anger. Okay, and you don't know why, but it happens. What has happened now is your original energy signature, your aura, or in the science world, you're going to call it a biofield because now they have words for things that have been in the woo community for a long time, right? Your biofield was penetrated by this anger. So what you would do, let's say if you were to sign up for the Underground Railroad Reiki Practitioner program, is use something called the Maharic Shield, which is going to help you with protecting yourself from outside energy forces that disconnect you from your authentic self. And this is, once again, a technique that I teach my clients in the Underground Railroad Reiki Practitioner program. So go ahead and send me a DM if you want more information. But in so many words, what it does is it allows you to ground yourself, be in harmony with your energy as well as the energy around you, the earth's energy, so that way you know how to dissociate and distinguish energies that do not belong to you. It helps you recalibrate back to the energy that is you, and allows you to once again be in harmony and embody your authentic energy, your original energy signature. Okay, and these are things again that we're going to talk about more if you sign up for the Underground Road Reiki Practitioner program. But it's just so important that you not only know how to identify and resonate with your original energy signature, but also know how to protect yourself from outside forces of energy. Okay. And now outside forces can once again be missing forces. Maybe you didn't get the love that you needed, or maybe it's a spiritual force. Maybe it's an ancestral trauma coming through, and it can cause you to be disrupted from your original energy signature because you're carrying the weight of something that doesn't resonate with your authentic self, the person that you were born to be. Okay, so it's just super important that you know how to protect yourself, but you have to know how to take the steps toward recalibrating back to the original energy signature that is you. Okay, so in some of the ways that we can do this, I'm going to give you a few questions that you can start asking yourself is, okay, what types of relationships feel good to me? Which ones are the ones that I gravitate toward naturally without me having to force myself, without me having to, have this tug and pull, like, being somewhere I really don't want to be type of energy, that tug of war, internal battle type energy, right? What are things I just naturally enjoy doing? Another question that you can ask yourself: what are the foods that I enjoy eating? Now, okay, you may have picked up some bad habits along the way. Maybe you eat a whole bunch of processed foods. Maybe you know that there's some things that you need to change. Okay. However, if you recalibrate back to your original energy signature, your authentic self, if you were to, maybe um, take away those bad habits, let's just imagine, like, with the snap of fingers, we could take away our bad habits. What are the foods that you are good for you and that you naturally gravitate toward? Maybe you enjoy bananas. Maybe you enjoy oranges. Maybe you enjoy fruit juice. Maybe you enjoy, Ezekiel bread. Like, there's so many different things that you can enjoy, right? These things is what I'm talking about. These good things that fill your cup is what I'm talking about when it comes to the foods and beverages that you naturally gravitate toward. And you may have to start disrupting your habits in order for you to get back to this field of this knowing, I should say, this innate knowing of what really fills your cup, or what really your original energy signature gravitates toward. Okay. So if you have any questions about that, please send me a DM. All right. So I believe I went through just about everything when it comes to your authentic self and your original energy signature. But I'm just going to leave you with one more thing so you can understand just how important it is that you are in tune with your original energy signature. So maybe you're someone, like myself. Um, I know that I didn't have a lot of the tools when it came to knowing how to deal with anger, knowing how to express myself, knowing how to set boundaries in a healthy way, right? When it comes to relationships, when it comes to friendships, when it comes to boundaries within myself, where it's like, okay, I actually have to do something, so I need to keep my promise to myself and actually do it, right? When you're not operating in your highest and best version of you, whether that means you're super rah, whether that means you're someone that has no filter, everything, I'm gonna do me type of energy, whatever it is for you, when you're not operating as yourself, things don't come, like you're not in flow, and you're not operating as your highest self either. You're not showing up for yourself. You're not showing up for the people that actually fill your cup and vice versa. You're not showing up for mutually beneficial relationships. Okay? Not parasitic ones, not energy vampire ones. I mean mutually beneficial relationships. Okay? You're not showing up as the highest and best version of you anywhere. Okay? And anytime this is happening, like that's when you know you're not being your authentic self. Okay? It's not just about how you speak. It's not just about who you talk to or like whatever. It's how you show up for you. And if you know you're not showing up in your highest capacity, if you know that every day you're not waking up and saying, I'm going to go do this and it's going to feel freaking awesome and I'm going to magnetize the type of life I want to live because I'm going to give off a whole bunch of really great energy, and I know for a fact that it's going to reach the right people with whatever it is that you're doing. It doesn't have to be in the business field. It could be in a community, whatever. That's when you're not in your authentic energy. That's when you're not in your original energy signature. That's when you're not embodying that. And it's going to cause you to attract the things that aren't for you until you learn the lesson. Okay? From a spiritual standpoint, but also until you start vibrating with the things that feel good from an energetic standpoint. So I'm saying that to say, take the steps toward learning you. Take the steps toward doing the inner work. Take the steps toward leaving those relationships, even if they suck, even if that feeling sucks. Like, oh my God, this doesn't feel good. But guess what? 5, 10 years later, you're going to thank yourself. Okay? You're going to thank yourself for doing the inner work. You're going to thank yourself for healing. You're going to thank yourself for taking the road less traveled by and knowing that it was all worth it. Okay. So if you're interested in knowing more about the Underground Railroad Reiki Practitioner program, if you're interested in really knowing how to do the inner work, how to do the healing, and doing it for others, if you're interested in learning how to add a different skill set to your coaching practice or to your business, where you show others how to do the inner work, how to show up and do the strategy by having the inner work, where you can actually believe that the strategy is going to work, right? Because I see a lot, oh, it's about strategy, it's about energy, but if you don't believe in the strategy by doing the inner work to actually consistently show up for the strategy, then how's it going to work? Like, you need both. Okay. So if you're interested in knowing more how to do the inner work, how to do the energy healing, so that way you can show up fully for you as your authentic self, embody your original energy signature, so that way you can absolutely show up for yourself, show up for your family, show up for your clients, and just be the best and highest version of you as a Reiki practitioner, and be part of this movement that's absolutely needed, where we actually stop making people feel bad for being on a healing journey, and actually encourage it. Like, yes, let me own my shit. Let me show people how to own their shit. So that way we can, as a collective, own shit. So that way we stop projecting our shit on other people. Send me a DM and let's get started with you in the Underground Railroad Reiki Practitioner program. Okay. Thank you so much for listening to this live. I appreciate you. I'm sending you such good love. Well, such good love. I don't know how that sounds. I'm sending you love and awesome vibrations. And I hope you have an awesome, awesome day. And I look forward to working with you all soon. Have a good one. Right. I'm like looking at two screens. Bye.